Hello, all of you wonderful creative people here on YouTube. My name is Rio, and I welcome you to my artsy corner. Today, I would like to play around with these. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Look, I just got the letter on Friday, and I didn't know how to tell you.
I'm really happy for you.
Well, I am sure most of you are well aware of what these are. It says silky crayons. Well, call them whatever you desire. Silky crayons, gel sticks, whatever. It's still one and the same thing. And today I'm gonna be trying to work with them for the first time. Well, theoretically, I have worked with them before. Once. But only once. But not in the way I'm going to do today. Alright then, so let's start with looking through this stash, shall we? So these are the Graphia Silky Crayons. These are meant for kids. I got them back in September, I think. You know, when all the shops had their back to school sales and so on and so forth. I accidentally forgot to show them to you on my haul. Anyway, I've tried them out once in this tiny little book here. I've made a background with these here on this page. And it came out pretty nice. I like it. All this pastel-y galaxy look. So what I did here basically was just taking the crayons in their raw form, if you please, and just scribbling them onto the page, and then I took a piece of a paper towel and just rubbed them in. Oh, that's it. That's what I came up with. And today I'm going to try a couple of different ways people go about these crayons that I have never tried before. So let's call this episode, episode 1 of the series A Newbie Tries. Yeah, a lot of my art supplies from my stash are media I have never played around with before. So yeah, this year is gonna be full of discoveries. I have swatched these crayons out before already, and these are the colors. Here are the Graphia Silky Crayons. I'm a bit disappointed with their yellow. I mean, we basically have 2 different shades of orange here. But I like the rest of the colors, nonetheless. So, it's this weird selection of colors that drove me to try and get a different set to play around with, and thus these came into my possession. It's a 36 color set of GC Quill. Is that how you pronounce it? Silky crayons. Yeah, so it's a lipstick style crayon. So today we're gonna take a closer look at these. I've already had the bottom of the box taped up because, yep, accidents happen. So from what I can see, this comes in a pretty nice selection of colors. Let's take a closer look at these, shall we? So that's how they look. Your typical gel crayon. The kind of a lipstick type. You have your brand name on the barrel. I don't think these have any numbers. Well, at least I couldn't find them. Well, they have the colors listed on the box here, but I found no markings on the crayons themselves. Anywho, so yeah, like I said, it's your typical gel stick. Come on, I have to do this. Let's see how much of the product there is inside. Yeah. Keeps going and going and going and ooh, and it stops. So yeah, it's It's a decent amount for the price I paid. Those were relatively cheap, mind you. I got these from Amazon, by the way. So I really like the look of it. And to make a long story short, I have already swatched these out. Here they are. We have quite a nice array of colors. We have a few purples, a very nice selection of blues. Also, I like their yellows, although some of them look a bit too similar. For example, these grays here. I really don't see much of a difference. I was hoping that one of them is going to be silver, but it's not. I have a flesh tone here. This looks pretty nice. Mind you, these are the swatches again in their raw form. I've just scribbled them down on the paper and that's it. So I like this burgundy color here. A nice selection of pinks and greens. So before I dive into this, I just want to say I've watched quite a few videos on people using the gel crayons on their pages and on how they were doing this. So one of the methods was diluting them with water while using a water brush, and another one was just scribbling them onto a palette of some sort with a rough surface and then just picking it up with a brush. So this is the method I'm going to be trying today. Well, yeah, okay, let's try and delve into it. Ooh, I'm so excited. Alright, let's get to it now. This is a piece of just your regular printer paper here. I have my water brush ready to go. This is a Pentel one. I got it when I bought my Inktense pencils back in the day as a freebie in addition to the set. Okay, which color should we choose? Let's go with this purple here. Looks kind of nice. Ooh, pretty. So again, this is how it looks like in its raw form. Really nice bright color. And let's go ahead and see if it is possible to dilute these with water. There. Have the brush going. Okay. Ooh. Nice. They wash out pretty nicely, although once you put them on paper, you can still see a clear mark on where the color was laid onto the paper. But these wash out pretty nicely. I like it. Yeah, cheap doesn't really mean bad. Cool. And speaking of these, okay, let's take a look. Let's take this turquoise color. It's really nice. It's a really pretty shade of teal. Again, let's see. Ooh, I like it. It's a really pretty combination of colors. Is it still wet? Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see. Feel the same. Really. Yeah, nice. Look, see? They are really water soluble. Indeed. So if the paper in your coloring books is able to take water well, that's the method you could use to base your pages. Once this dries, I'll try going over it with a pencil, just to see if it's possible to shade over them using coloring pencils. Now, onto the more traditional and common way of using these, I suppose. So yeah, I have a set of these lovely makeup brushes that I got from AliExpress. Nice. Cheapish soft ones that I've seen a lot of colorists use with their inks even, and especially with these gel crayons here. Okay, so let's pick out a couple. I'll take a smaller one too, just to try it out. And let's also try this teeny tiny one. Ooh, so precious. Now, as for the palette, I do not own the fancy schmancy Caran d'Ache palette that everyone raves about. Therefore, I'm a proud owner of this brand spanking new cutting board, which should practically be the same. Alrighty then. So, what people do is usually they take their gel sticks and scribble them down onto the palette, like I'm doing now, and they pick it up with the brush and go over the paper. Ooh, magic! Wow! I know, I suppose to most of you this looks like common thing to expect, but yeah, to me this is a new experience. Wow, I love it. This is so cool. It's really a nice shade of green, by the way. Nice. And what if I am to pick it up with a brush? Ah, there you go. Works just as fine. Well, of course, this paper is not meant to be used with water, but oh well. Okay, let's pick up the rest. Wow, I love it. Oh my gosh. Something told me that this brush wasn't clean. What about this tiny little one? Let's try a different color. Okay. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Haha. Pick it up with a brush. Ah. Well, with this tiny little one, you could easily reach tiny little spaces on your page to go over the background in a more detailed way. Yeah, I love it. Nice, and this gives a really soft finish. Cool. Wow. I did not expect that, to be honest. I like it. Okay, so I think I'm ready to actually try this out on a coloring page. The book I want to use these crayons in, of course, is my lovely party book by Hanna Karlzon, and today I'm gonna try and attempt to do the background on this nameplate page. Because I really want to color this cupcake, and well, usually I'm doing backgrounds with soft pastels in this book, but today I'm gonna try out something different. So let me think about it and choose my colors, and I'll come back to you once I've made my decision. So I have picked 5 colors that I'm gonna use on my background. 2 different shades of teal, 2 different shades of purple, and I don't know, maybe a bit of hot pink for accents? We shall see. I picked my colors from both sets. I'll try to combine them on this page as we go. I have my brushes here ready to go. So I have the side of my page taped off so that I wouldn't be able to smudge the title page. Okay, we shall try the light teal first. Okay. Yep. Let's see. What can we come up with? Oh, nice. really nice. I'll just, you know, scatter the colors all over the page as I go. And we'll see with what kind of a effect I can come up with as I go. I really like the fact that while you're using brushes, instead of just, you know, smudging the color over the paper, it lays on the page really softly. So yeah, I'll just scribble them onto the palette, pick it up with a brush, and rub it onto the page. I'll scatter these different blobs of color all over the page as I go to mix them up. Cool. I like the way this is coming out. We'll see how it will eventually turn out once I'm done. So I guess I'll just go and speed it up, and I'll be back to you once I have most of the colors laid down onto the page. All right, let's go.
Look, I just got the letter on Friday, and I didn't know how to tell you.
I'm really happy for you. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go have some fun.
Alrighty then, so far so good. I think I have my teals and purples distributed onto the page quite evenly. What can I say thus far? They blend really beautifully together. I mean, wow. It looks really, really nice. So, all that's left to do now is add a tiny bit of pink, just, you know, to mix things up a little. From what I've noticed, these CG Quill crayons. They lay down onto the palette a lot smoother and a lot more buttery than the Graphia ones do. They feel a bit harder and a bit scratchier, but still the result is quite the same. And they blend together really well. The colors mix nicely. I really like the way this is coming out. I mean, this sort of washed out background here looks really, really, really pretty. Wow. So let's go and add in this last touch of pink. Okay, so yeah, these are definitely smoother and softer. So let's go over this edge here. Oh, that's a nice shade of pink. Let's try to blend it in a bit better. So as you can see, as I went about working on this background, I decided to put a bladder sheet underneath just because I really don't want to mess up my mouse pad that I'm using for my video backgrounds. So once I remove it, we'll be able to observe the final result of me trying to turn this page into something pretty. Once I'm done with the background, all that's left is to make up the colors on the drawing itself. Yeah, let's put some pink in here. Oh, that's a nice shade of pink. Really, I like it. Oops, I went a bit over the lines, but I guess I'll be able to cover this with gel pens. I had no problems in my Scorpion book with covering the crayons with gel pens. Big here. This is actually a really relaxing and therapeutic process. It kind of reminds me a bit of soft pastels in a way. You know, you just go about it, smudging the colors all over the page, and you see as you go. And as you do so, come up with all sorts of beautiful blends. Well, in some parts, yeah, it comes out a bit muddy, but actually I like it this way. A bit of pink here and here maybe. You know, just to reduce the amount of white space on the page. Cool. I'm really enjoying this. Wow. Well, that is definitely the method of making backgrounds that I'll be using from now on a lot more often. Well, now that I've tried it out and saw with my own two eyes that it actually works, and I can understand why people like this method so much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna gravitate towards it a lot more often. Maybe a tiny bit here. But let's see. Oh well, let's just go with it. Yeah, it dilutes this greenish tealish color a little. Yeah, well, all in all, I think I'm done. Let's see. So this is the final reveal. Let's remove the bladder page and there you go. yeah, from what I've noticed that with time passing these do dry out. And then it's really hard to move them. Unless you do it with water, I suppose. Yeah. So, there it is. It's surprisingly easy and quick to do. And I bet once I color this cupcake in, this page will look ridiculously cute. I really like the way it came out, oh my gosh. And one good thing about them, I suppose, is that those don't really need any fixative, I'm guessing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Wow, I'm really amazed about how this turned out. I did not expect it. I mean, I expect it. I've seen people do it, but you know, like I said, I'm still pretty new at this. I mean, I've only found out that a medium like this exists even, like back in summer in 2022. And I've been drawing and coloring since forever, so yeah. What do you know? Wow. Wow. So my final verdict is, yeah, I am definitely going to use these more often. I like the result. I like the way it turned out. And, well, I like how quick and easy it is. I mean, this took me about, like, what, 8 minutes to do? I mean, it's a small page, but still. I really like how soft and washed out the background looks. It gives the impression of, you know, being out of focus, if you know what I mean. And in the foreground, you have your nice, bright, colorful object on the page, well, the main object of the page. I can't wait to finish this off, and we're going to do it on one of my next color with me videos. I already have an interesting idea how I'm gonna go about it. I think you should be starting to notice a pattern in here when it comes to me trying to film these color along videos. So I guess from now on I'm gonna dabble in more of my hidden away coloring supplies that I have not yet even touched before. I feel really brave and confident after now that this experiment of mine has turned out pretty nicely. I love it. I love it once again. I love it. So when it comes to the crayons themselves, like I said, those were dirt cheap. Potentially all of these are the same. I mean, they might not be as, you know, smooth and buttery and nice and so on and so forth as, for example, the Faber-Castell gelatos. But I mean, to use them for backgrounds, I don't really think that there is much of a difference. There are no metallic colors in any of these sets, but I have other methods to add embellishments to my pages, so it's not such a big deal to me, actually. But all in all, I'm really pleased with them. And this method of using them on the palette and then adding them onto the page with a brush seems to be like a very fine option working with these. I think on some of the other pages I would like to do in the nearby future, I'm gonna try the water method as well. Speaking of which, by the way, my swatches have dried out already, so why don't we go and try using pencils on these? Well, to most of you, I suppose, this is a pretty obvious thing, but yeah, once again, I'm gonna repeat myself, I am still very new at all of this silky crayon business. Alright, So this is my green, the one that I've washed out with water. Let's see. Yep. There's no problem with trying to shade with a pencil on top of it. Works just as fine. So yeah, you can easily dilute this with water and use them as the base layer on your pages, just like you do with Neocolor 2s, for example, and shade it in with pencils. So that is what I'm going to try out in the nearby future as well. Oh my gosh, so many possibilities. Okay then. Wow, that was quite a ride. So honestly, today I have made quite a discovery. And well, I would like to thank all of those who have stopped by to watch this video and had enough patience to deal with me oohing and eyeing through the whole process. I mean, I'm really genuinely amazed by the way this came out, although it looks so simple and, you know, it doesn't feel like it's such a big of a deal, but to me it was an eye-opener. Anyways, that should be it for today. I'm gonna take my time and think of how I would like this cupcake to look like now that I have this beautiful background done and waiting for this page to be finished. So until I do, and we'll meet on another of my color along videos, remember, stay creative, stay artsy, and of course, have fun in every single step you take. Until next time, I'll be seeing you. Ada!